What if you could only choose one Scotch whiskey per region? What distillery would you lean towards? What profile would you go to? What kind of cask maturation would you gravitate towards? Well, guys, tonight I'm going to answer that. This is my submission for one Scotch whiskey per region. Stick around, guys. Well, hey guys, thanks for coming back after the intro. I'm Tyler, and I've been challenged once again. I've been challenged by my friend Matt from Whiskey on the West Coast. Go check out his channel if you haven't already checked it out. He's got a great channel, lots of great content there. And he's challenged me to pick one Scotch whiskey per region. So, you know, we all know the Scotch whiskey making regions. We've got the Highlands, the Lowlands, the Speysides, the Campbelltown, and the Isla, and unofficially the Islands. I'm going to include the Islands in my list, so that makes me 6 different whiskeys that I have to choose. And you know, some of these bottles I have, some of these bottles I don't have on my bar, but I will definitely be adding them in the near future. So yeah, without further ado, this is my submission for one Scotch whiskey per Scotch whiskey making region, and we're going to start off with Speyside. Alright guys, so my submission for the Speyside region is going to be a whiskey that I really feel represents the Speyside region, and from a company that makes and manufactures whiskey the way it used to be produced years and years ago, and one of my personal favorites from the region, and that is going to be the Ben Romick 15-year-old. First fill sherry, first fill bourbon, matured, 15 years of age on this one, 43% ABV, but you know, don't get too snobby or hung up on that. This is a tasty dram with a little bit of peat in it, and you know, I really enjoy its notes. You get those nice red berries, that nice vanilla note, and then you get this earthy peat at the end there. And you know, Ben Romick is turning out some fabulous other expressions. So my submission for the Speyside region is going to be the Ben Romick 15-year-old. All right, guys. So my submission for the Highland region is going to be another bottle I don't currently have on the bar, but I'm definitely going to be adding it as well. And you know, I have a ton of expressions from this distillery on the bar already. It's one of my personal favorite distilleries, and you know, I feel it's a great representation of the Highland region there. It falls kind of in line with the Speyside region, but you know, it states on its packaging and material that it is a Highland distillery, and my pick for that is going to be the Glenfarclas 15-year-old. 100% Oloroso sherry cask, matured at 15 years of age, 46% ABV, the only expression in the Glenfarclas core range to have that 46% ABV. I've tried this expression a ton, and I love it. It is Christmas in a glass. You get those nice spices, those red fruits, fruitcake, cloves, nutmeg. It is just a ton of my favorite aromas and favorite tastes, and you know, all rolled into that nice 46% ABV. I do enjoy the Glenfarclas 105. I've been enjoying that for a while now, but definitely the 15 is you know, far superior, and you know, a much more you know, can I say famous dram than the 105. So my pick for the Highland region is going to be the Glenfarclas 15-year-old. Alright guys, my pick for the Lowland is another bottle I don't currently have. And you know what, I will admit I don't have a ton of experience in the Lowland region. It's very tough to get Lowland bottles here in Ontario. You know, Glenkinchie is the one you can get. There's a few more, but there is one that I have tried and I have really liked it. And I missed out on getting a bottle of it at my local Scotch club a while back, and that is going to be the Bladnoch Vinea. And this is a great one. This is an entry level from the Bladnoch distillery. You know, great craft distillery. Look them up if you're not too familiar with them. This particular expression is non-age stated, but it comes in with some nice specs at 46% ABV, non-chill filtered, no color added, at least it didn't say so on the packaging, and you know, first fill sherry and first fill bourbon, but really just kind of an entry level expression, an entry gateway into the Bladnoch range. And yeah, very nice, very floral, very vanilla, very nutty, very nice dram indeed. So for my limited exposure to the Lowlands, I am going to be choosing and submitting for my Lowland region Scotch whiskey, the Bladnoch Vinea. So next on the list, we're going to do Campbelltown. Now Campbelltown is another place that I don't have a whole lot of experience in. But you know, I feel like my entry into Campbelltown was very memorable, and you know, it's a bottle that I love from a distillery that I want to try more of, and that is going to be the Springbank 10-year-old. And you know, I was lucky enough to pick a bottle up here, and I've only had it for a few months, and I haven't really gone too far down here. I've had a couple of drams, but I really enjoy it, this particular one here, and it is fantastic. I believe it's 75% ex-bourbon, 25% ex-sherry cask matured, and I mean, it is first fill and an integrity product made the old-fashioned way, all in one place, and it's just a fantastic dram. The fruits, the vanillas, this kind of industrial, funky style peat to it. It's really, you know, like nothing else. So if you haven't try the Springbank 10 or anything from Springbank, you know, do your best to try and procure some or source some. I wish you all the luck. So yeah, my pick for the Campbelltown region is going to be the Springbank 10. So we'll get into the Island region next, and the Island region selection is actually what's in my glass tonight. It's a whiskey that's relatively new to me, but I'm really enjoying it and very happy that I picked it up. It's budget friendly, which is nice too, and it's going to be coming up in a review probably in the near future here. But you know, I could have chosen anything from the Ardnamurchan AD cask strength, the Ardnamurchan AD. I could have chosen something from Highland Park. But you know, this is one that's relatively new to me, but I'm really enjoying it, like I said. So my pick for the Island region is going to be the Lecheg 10-year-old from the Island of Mull and the Tobermory Distillery. And you know, they're making some great stuff out of there at the Tobermory Distillery, and the Lecheg is basically their peated version. And you know, it's a great little dram. You know, very heavily on the vanilla notes. You get this nice kind of like earthy, dirty, almost industrial peat to it. And yeah, bourbon cask matured, first fill, I believe, 46.3% ABV, like everything from those guys at Tobermory, Bodehaven, Deanston, etc. But yeah, it's really got this nice phenolic peat to it, earthy, dirty, a little bit of iodine. And then you get this nice kind of vanilla, caramel, toffee, floral, and then it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like a lactic kind of thing, like almost like a creamy or like a cheesy kind of flavor to it. I am really digging it. It's funky, it's different, and I really like it. So my selection for the Island region is going to be the Lecheg 10. And last but certainly not least is the Islay region. And folks, Islay is my favorite Scotch region. I've got a ton of whiskeys on my bar, and most of them are from the Islay region. And you know, I didn't want this to be too obvious of what my pick was, but you know, for those of you who've watched for a while, you already know what the pick is. And you know, I could have went with an Ardbeg. I could have went with the Ardbeg and No. Ardbeg and No is a underappreciated expression in their core range that I really appreciate. The Ardbeg 10-year-old or the Ugadel. I could have went with a Lagavulin 16. You know, even at 43%, I really enjoy that one. I could have went with the Lefroy Quarter Cask. I have a Lefroy Quarter Cask in my bar. I really enjoy the Lefroy Quarter Cask. But I thought I would go with one that I just have repeatedly sang its praises for being a great distillery and a newer distillery. And my gut says to go with the Kilchoman Seneg. I love this dram. This is a great dram. It's heavily sherried. It's about 80% sherry, 20% ex-bourbon, cask matured from the Kilchoman Distillery on Islay, from the Wills family farm there. And you know, they are a great distillery, up and coming. They're doing a ton of cool stuff. I saw they just released a port cask finish, and I am over the moon. I love my port cask finished whiskeys. But yeah, if I could only pick one Islay to have with me and take with me from now on, it's going to be the Kilchoman Seneg. Well guys, that about wraps it up for me here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the picks. What are your picks? You know, share them in the comments. You know, is the Island region, you know, a legitimate whiskey region? Do you feel differently? Put that down there. But yeah, I really want to hear from you guys. What are your favorite whiskeys of these regions? And if you can only pick one, just list them out. I want to see what they are. And thank you very much, Matt at Whiskey of the West Coast, for nominating me for this challenge. A little bit later to get to it, but you know what? I appreciate you thinking of me, sir. And you know, if you like what we're doing here at Seaway Whiskey Wire, you guys know that drill. Like and subscribe down below. And hey, don't forget to check me out on Instagram at Seaway Whiskey Wire. And if you guys are still hanging around this long into the video, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I love making these videos. I love coming down to the basement after a long day at work and pouring myself a little dram and going through some whiskeys with you guys. So thank you very much. All the best. Take care, and I'll see you around, guys. Bye for now.